The door is wide open. And therefore, now it's time for you to deal with them. Every demon that's rising up out that basement, you got to deal with them. And it's not about fighting them. It's not about putting some liquor on it. It's not about smoking or drinking it away. It's not about a sleeping pill or crawling in your bed to go to sleep. It's not about giving up or giving in. It's not even about fighting it. It's about standing there and looking at it and dealing with it and understand what was going on during that time in your life. What was happening at that time in your life. What lessons you were meant to learn during those times in your life. What gifts were meant to be activated in your mind, body, spirit, and your soul. Because before you came here and you dealt with any of this, you already had gifts. Such amazing gifts. Gifts that your family generations forgot that the family has been known for since the beginning of time. Whether you are African, whether you are black, whether you are African American, whether you are white, Caucasian, German, Asian, Haitian, we as a people, all different colors and sizes, we have gifts. We are bigger than our physical body. That's just the meat suit. We have more in us, and we are capable of doing, being, having more. But you won't access those things every single time you ask for change. But then when the change comes, it don't start coming the way you think it should, because change is not going to come where you jump from where you don't want to be to where you want to be. It's you dealing with all the things you haven't dealt with and all the things that you need to deal with in order to make room for the things that you say you want. You say you want a happier, better you. And yet you're not dealing with the things that make you unhappy. You're not dealing with the things that breaks your mind, your body, your spirit, and your soul. You're not dealing with the things that should have never been around. It's like being a trash collector. Is the garbage people's job to go and collect people's trash. They take the trash cans, they fill them up, they take it to the road or wherever the designated spot is that the trash man is supposed to come through and dump the garbage that's in those bins into the trash. But imagine a hoarder or somebody that's disabled and not able to care for themselves and their home the way they should. And you just got years and 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 years of garbage laying around you. If it is even possible. If it's even possible. And yet you sitting around in it, you walking around in it, you putting up some air fresheners. You may throw some bleach here and there. You may throw some lights all around, but you keep the garbage all over your couch. You keep your garbage all over your car. You keep your garbage all over your bedroom, even in your bed, your bathroom. Every room in the house is just covered in garbage. And yet you saying it smells in here. You're saying, hold up, I'm itching. Hold up, I got fleas and ticks and nets and flies and worms and maggots. And I mean, I know this is sounding pretty disgusting, but that's kind of the point. Now imagine your soul being like that. That's what your soul looks like. That's what your spirit looks like. That's what your heart looks like. That's what your mind looks like. But you think that in the middle of all that, you going to attract to you and be able to retain, sustain, and keep a good man or a good woman in your life. You believe you're going to be able to keep a good job in your life. You believe you're going to be able to keep a good friends in your life, a good business in your life, anything that you call good. You think you're going to attract those things in, and you think you're going to be able to keep them. Well, I'm going to tell you a little something. Let me pop your bubble real quick. That fantasy that you are living in, it's time to come out of there. Because you're not going to attract things like that to you that is meant to be permanent. And even if you are a high vibrational person, you can attract all those things into your life, but they will be temporary. Or it will only be a training version of what you want. As in, once you're done with your training, those things are going to disappear and wash away in order for the permanent version to show up and to be able to be kept. sustained, and retained. And you have to do that. You got to do that work now. And you can't keep praying and asking and being intentional, doing spiritual burnings, or even using the practice, even using my baby, the practice to get this life that you want, but not be truthful with yourself about all this garbage that need to go, about all this pain that happened between the ages of 1. But matter of fact, when you was in your mother's womb, all the way through that process, all the way to this point where you are right now. It's time to get the garbage can up. It's time to get the trash bags. And it's time to start getting that stuff up. It's time to, oh, you know what? I remember the time that this piece of garbage was a piece of garbage. I understand what my emotional state was. And I know what the root cause of my emotional state when this happened. When I got triggered when I woke up this morning at 12, it was a memory that I had thought about off and on. But I hadn't felt it. I hadn't allowed myself to feel it. Like really feel it. I hadn't allowed myself in my healed state of mind to look at this thing, to understand it. And I thought over the last couple of days, I've been looking for somebody on Facebook, on Google, on TikTok. I've been looking for somebody. And honestly, I didn't even know why I was looking for this person. It's like I was looking for somebody, and if you seen my other video, Out of the Storm, it was dark, it wasn't perfect, but it was raw and I was authentic. It was part of this tea. I was saying I was looking at some text messages from a previous person. Same thing happened again, 2 days in a row. And that's because this time is different from me. See, I used to be you. I used to be the person to back off and say, you know what, leave well enough alone. You know what, I'm not going to deal with this. Like, I know what this is. Boom, boom, boom. Let me just do the practice. Boom, boom, boom. Let me just pray and worship and put Jesus and God and the Holy Spirit on it. But the person that needed to be on it was me. And not for me to wallow in it. Not for me to roll around in it like a pig rolls around in the mud. It was about me to examine it, look at it, like really look at it, like stare at it, see it for what it is, so I could get it and comprehend it, because it had nothing to do with me finding this person. Honestly, it's a better and an easier way to do it. And if I really wanted to do that, all I need to do is take this phone I'm recording on right now and literally make one phone call and ask one person, how can I get in contact with, or could you give my information to this person? If they see fit that we should talk or have communication, okay, boom, we're going to do that. But I didn't do that. Instead, I went to go see, you know what, let me see if I can look at some pictures, some videos, something, so I can see what this person look like now. So I can see what this person's life looks like now without me having to get involved with this person. But it really had nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with just going back to that time of 2013 and looking and having an hourglass view of that event, that time, and to deal with what was really going on and why. Because the craziest thing is, like I told you, you can only attract into your life for privacy purposes. I'm going to just use zodiac signs. You can only attract into your life what you already have going on in it, whether you realize you got it going on or not. And when I say got it going on, I don't mean that I honestly don't mean that in a positive way. I mean, it's in your head and you have no idea it's affecting you. It's in your heart and you have no idea it's affecting you. It's in your soul and your spirit and you have no idea it's affecting you. And when those things are affecting you, emotions are what affect our body. It's what allows our body to be healthy, high vibrational, or sick, low vibrational. We can go into that another time. But my point is, I had to go back in that time and hear the words of what that person said and see the things that this person did and feel the emotions that had been going on, that I never had a moment to deal with. And when I did have that moment to deal with it, instead of dealing with it, I put some work on it. I put business on it. I put my immediate family on it. I didn't even put my emotional state. I didn't even put my nervous system. I didn't even put my heart, my mind, my spirit, and my soul on it. I just, let me whitewash it. Let me take this and put this in a box and put this in the closet. Let me throw this sucker down there in the basement. But baby, when you are elevating, when you are asking God for a better life, when you are saying, I don't want to live here no more. I don't want to be in this pain no more. I don't want to go through this sorrow and this grief no more. I don't want to lose my mind about this stuff no more. You understand that this stuff is exactly what's making you lose your mind. But it's only making you and forcing you to lose these pieces of your mind that has to go. To stop the struggle and the pain. To stop the rain in order to make room for the sunshine. And that's what this is. It's saying any events of your past, they're not over. They're not done. They're only over and done when they are. And they can only be over and done when you can see yourself in them. And you can see not only the part that you played in it and the part that other people played in it, but why it was needed, necessary, and required. Because the issues I had going on, even though it was a family member, the issues I had going on with that Libra in 2013 had no choice but to show up in my life and my experience from 2020 to 2022 in a Virgo. Same energy, same mindset, same problems, same issues, same drama, same mental problems and issues, same rudeness, same disrespect, same hurt, same trauma, same thing. And I had to experience it in 2013. I threw that experience with the Libra into the basement, and it had to come out the basement when it was time for me to properly heal and move on. And from 2020 to 2022, 2023. And it's only right now in 2025 that my next blessing, my next breakthrough, my next miracle is about to manifest in. My next level of permanence, my next graduation day is here. And it's during this graduation day that God, my father, my first husband, my best friend, my supporter, my provider, my healer, the Holy Spirit living on the inside of me says, we got to deal with it this time. Once and for all. You say you don't want to live this experience again. You say you don't want to attract these type of people into your life again. You don't want this type of energy around you. You don't want this in your friends. You don't want this in your family. You don't want this in your job. You don't want this in your business. You don't want this to show up in your children. Okay, you got to deal with this now. And the way you got to deal with it is you got to deal with it within yourself. You got to see yourself in it. You got to see the part you played in it. It's not saying you did anything wrong. It's saying something didn't get done right. Like when you were supposed to stand up for yourself, you didn't. When you were supposed to show up as your authentic self, you didn't. When you were supposed to stand in your truth, you didn't. When you were supposed to demand respect or give that disrespect the consequence of your disappearing act. When you were supposed to turn that phone off, block that number. When you were supposed to stay away from that person, drop them like a hot cake and say we go no further. When you were supposed to show up as your real self. So not only did they get the real experience of you, but you could have gotten a better and maybe even the real experience of them. Because just maybe all those things that happened to you through that person were things you were doing to yourself. And so you had no choice but to reflect it in the mirror that was them. And then boom. But instead of seeing it like that, instead of dealing with it like that, you just put some drink on it. Throw up some shots. Roll up some, smoke it. You know what? Throw yourself into business. Focus on your family that you got, that you're close to, that's in your house, in your home. Go lay under somebody or crawl on top of somebody. Jump into another situation, another circumstance. build a house on top of it, and so on and so forth. But when you deal with it, and when you get to this stage of the game, sweetie, you have no choice but to deal with it. Because you can go no further. You can go no further. You can go no further with yourself. You can go no further with God, the Holy Spirit, King Jesus. You can go no further in the practice until you are truthful, real, and authentic with yourself about what was going on, and why. What was the lesson that need to come out of it? What choices and decisions were you supposed to be making? Even if it was just from within. Even if it was just in your mind. How are you supposed to renew your mind and change your mind at that time? Because that's how you have to do it now. So that you don't have to go there no more. So that you don't have to have those experiences anymore. And even if those experiences do come up again and you have to deal with them again, you're going to deal with it different. It's like, I see you. I see you. No, you can't hide from me. I see you. And you know what? The me that I am, I ain't going to put up with that. Nope, I ain't going to deal with that. Nope, this stops right here. We go no further. We go no further. I showed up as myself. I showed up as the unicorn that I am. And you said that my horn wasn't shiny enough. That the magic that comes and the healing energy that comes from scraping the fairy dust that comes off my horn and is blessing you. I am a great friend to you. I'm a great lover to you. I'm a great cousin to you. I'm a great friend to you. I am great family to you. I'm a great worker to you. I'm a great business partner to you. I'm a great healer to you. I'm a great counselor to you. I'm a great coach to you. I'm a great support system to you. I'm a great wife to you, husband to you, whatever it is. And you're a taker. You're a user. You're an abuser. You're conniving. You're manipulative. You're controlling. You're a liar. You're a cheater. You're an abuser. The truth ain't in you. You like chaos. You thrive off chaos. I thrive off peace. Light and dark cannot reside in the same house. And if it does, the light is going to get rid of all the shadows. And the dark has to have no choice if it's going to stick around, but to turn into the light. Because it can't handle it. The darkness can't handle the light. Either the dark is going to become light or it's going to disappear altogether. And that's how you have to see it. And that's how you have to have the framework of your mind renewed. But you have to have it about everything from the past. I had one client leave a review some time ago, and they said that the reading that they got through me was about the past. And if they had called about counseling, that, they wouldn't have called me for counseling. They would call someone else, which that's perfectly fine. But what stuck out to me is the comment that they made right after it, which simply said, I called to learn about my future. I didn't call to hear about my past. But let me tell you something. I tell y'all, and I will always tell y'all forevermore. I don't care if I'm giving you a psychic reading. I don't care if I'm prophesizing over you. I don't care if I'm coaching you. If God is telling me that something from your past is getting in the present, in the way of your present, and that's the only way to change things so that you can receive what you want in the future, then that's what I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to blow smoke up your behind. If you don't want the truth, don't call me. I got paid for years to lie to people in a different industry. Trust me, in this industry, you ain't paying me enough to lie to you. You are paying me to tell you the truth. And if you don't want to pay me to tell you the truth, I don't want your money. Because there's many people that can ring my phone, send me emails and text messages that I can help that actually wants the truth. Because they want to come out the darkness into the light. And they want to change their life. They want to change their income. They want to change their family. They want to change their generational wealth. They want to release themselves and move on and unlock all those generational curses. And they want to be the curse breaker in their life. And those are the people that need to call me. If you're not a curse breaker, if you don't want to change your income, if you don't want to change your mindset, if you don't want to change your mind, your body, your spirit, and your soul, so everything lines up the way that you want it, need it, and desire, then boo, don't call me. I'm not going to badmouth you. I'm not even going to block you. And the reason why it's been too many years of experience underneath my belt, why I've had the same people over and over again. Oh, it's a fake, it's a phony, that's not real, da 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 da. Those same people have called me back 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 10 years later. It's something I need to tell you. I didn't even call you to ask you nothing. I called you to tell you something. Everything that you said, it happened. And I gotta, first of all, change them slightly. I didn't say, God said. Because when I tap in, when I tap in, it's not me tapping in. It's God using me as the bridge between himself and you. So I don't care if when you look up around your life, if you see the things manifested in your life, okay, you are being told about your future. That means it has not manifested yet. It means you got some choices and decisions that you need to make because you are co-creating with God. And when you co-create with God, he's going to make his steps. He's always going to be on time. But if you don't make your step, whatever he tells me is something that you are going to receive, you ain't necessarily going to receive it. Or you're not necessarily going to get it in the time frame in which he said at that moment because you decided to make a different choice. And when you decided to make a different choice, you decided to go left and right. When he said go straight. And when you chose to go left and right, you chose to go do some other things that was not a part of the regular scheduled program. And yet you want to blame me, you want to blame him, and you want to blame anybody else except yourself. And I take no responsibility for it. I carried a very heavy heart for a long time until I learned that lesson. And now that I've learned that lesson, I'm free. Because I'm free to be me. Be my authentic self. Be who God ordained me to be. For you and for me. But for the first time in my life, for me. And that is how I needed to heal. That's how I needed to become my authentic self. By first and foremost, taking everything else that I use to help others and start to help myself. And that's the tea, basically. Whether this help you today, tomorrow, or 165 years from now. Allow this to only come in to help you, get you in alignment for your greatest and highest good. This is only a template. You got your own life experiences. You got your own basement full of demons that you are going to war with, especially if you're saying you want to change your life. And it first starts with your mind, your body, your spirits, your soul, as well as all your experiences. The ones you lived through, the ones you're living through, and the ones that are on their way. I love you. God bless y'all, and I hope y'all have an amazing day. You heard me? Peace.